Deborah Roth, Spirited Living here. Lovely to be with you on this Wednesday afternoon, as it is on the East Coast anyway. And here today to do another one of my weekly dates with your inner goddess team so that we can dance with our divinely feminine wisdom. Whether you are male or female, we all carry both masculine and feminine energy within us. Masculine being the outward, active, doing stuff in the world, and logical, rational, all of which we need, and the feminine side, the yin energy that we all have within us, is very much receptive and inward and intuitive and honoring our emotions. So I would say, and I probably will end up saying this every week, if there's anything we need now, it's a little bit more of that yin energy in the world. And what the goddess who really kind of raised her hand and said, I want to be with you this week, was Kuan Yin, who is a Chinese Buddhist goddess, a bodhisattva, in fact. And the bodhisattva is someone who is eligible, or a divine being, really, who is eligible for Buddhahood. But Kuan Yin made the choice that she wanted to stay near Earth until all suffering is gone and everyone is enlightened, which just sounds so beautiful to me. Kuan Yin is probably one of the best known of any goddess really anywhere. Most people have heard of her. My wonderful friend Jay Shap has done a beautiful Kuan Yin activation in the past, and in fact gifted me with this Kuan Yin water, which she's infused with that energy. So I'll share it with you. I'll sprinkle a little bit with of this Kuan Yin water for all of you too, to get her essence and be in her place. Kuan Yin is the goddess of mercy and compassion, and I've brought her into circles for 20 years. She is one that I have a statue for. This is my Kuan Yin statue, and she typically, in representations of her, she's holding a lotus flower, which is the symbol for enlightenment, and she also holds a vase with the waters of compassion, which I love. So we've got some of her waters of not a very a very fancy vase. I should probably move that into something more so that you can bless yourself with. And it is said that if you, because she is such a powerful goddess, this bodhisattva, that if you speak her name, if you speak Kuan Yin's name, that alleviates pain and suffering. The other thing I love, so many of these goddesses I've worked with for years in the work that I do, and then I discover things when I go a little bit deeper. And she, as I said, she just kind of came up because I was looking through my notes and remembering that early on I wanted to write, and I still will do it now. This is inspiring me to do it. I wanted to write a blog on how we can launch a counter pandemic of caring, compassion, and what was the other one? And connection, and how perfect Kuan Yin would be for that. So eventually there'll be a blog that will accompany this around those lines. And I know that much about her. I know that she's the goddess of compassion. What I didn't remember is that she is also, like Bast, who we played with last week, is also a protector of women and children. And I have my granddaughter here tonight. She might come wandering in because my daughter-in-law is about to have a baby, which is very exciting. So between Bast and Kuan Yin, I'm just thrilled to have this extra divine energy to support them and support our whole family at a time like this. So I invite you to call on her for this as well. If you Google her, you'll find all kinds of wonderful stories about the mythology around her, and I won't go into them all here. I want to try and keep this short. But she did have the choice to ascend and into Buddhahood, and went through much suffering in her life and made the choice to stay with us. She resides on her, make sure I get the name right as much as I can, on her paradise island of Putoshan. And so hold that image of Kuan Yin's paradise island in your heart as well. I did find a chant. I'll sing just one version of it for you because it's so beautiful. A beautiful singer named Sudha, Sudha. You can find her on YouTube. Does a beautiful Kuan Yin chant that goes like the words are Namu. I'm going to do my cheat sheet here. Namu Shi Yin Pu Sa. And it's just variations on that. So it's Nama Kuan Shi Yin Pu Sa, Namo Kuan Shi Yin Pu Sa. That gives you a general idea of it. So it's Kuan Yin is in there, and Namo is a very standard thing to put at the beginning of chants, of Sanskrit chants, and Buddhist chants. So it's Namo Kuan Shi Yin Pu Sa, or you can just say her name. So with that little preamble, if there's anywhere in your life, one of the things that Kuan Yin invites us to do is not only show compassion and mercy for others who may be suffering, and who we want to care for and who we want to connect with, but also to show that same level of caring and compassion for ourselves, forgiving ourselves, showing ourselves mercy if there's something that we've said or done that we're regretting. But it's such a powerful energy, and I invite you now. I have a couple other images, just beautiful soft images from some of my there's one for you. And here's another, just beautiful from some of my goddess decks. So you got a sense of her. I'd love to just take you on a little journey to meet Kuan Yin on her paradise island, a very short one. So let's just close our eyes together and breathe, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling into your heart. That is the heart space that compassion, empathy lies. And in that space, allow an image to emerge of Kuan Yin's paradise island, of Putoshan. And imagine yourself journeying to this island and connecting with her. As you revel in her presence, as you come into her arms, she takes you in without judgment, with pure compassion, with deep mercy. Allow yourself as a child to climb into her lap and reveal to her any sadness, any regrets, any pain, any suffering that you've been feeling. She opens her hands and her arms to you, to it, and drops on you her waters of compassion. Sit in that beautiful, divinely feminine energy of compassion and healing and mercy with Kuan Yin. Allow yourself to sink into that very deep, caring space. knowing that you can return to her island to receive Kuan Yin's mercy and compassion whenever you like. And as you gently separate yourself from her, just in body, never in spirit, she is always within you. Her energy of compassion, of mercy, of protection is always with you. Bid farewell, and as you do, she hands you one of her sacred flowers, a lotus. Thank her for caring for you, for holding you, for taking on any suffering, any pain that you've been feeling. Feel yourself lighter. And then gently come back to your heart. Place her lotus there. And let's inhale together into that space once again, and exhaling, opening your eyes if they're not already. I hope you enjoyed a lovely little respite with Kuan Yin. We have some other celebrations coming up too. My wonderful friend Barbara Bijou, who many of you know, dear friend, we've created really magical rituals together, and she is just a wonderful spiritual teacher and mentor and friend. She is doing an activation on Friday. If you go to her website, Barbara Bijou, BIZIOU.com, in the events section, for Ganesha, because on Saturday there is a big celebration that starts in India and many of the other Far Eastern countries for Ganesha, who's the elephant-headed goddess. Many of you know that he's the, God. He is the remover of obstacles, and he's the god of new beginnings and prosperity and success. So I will be there on Saturday for her, on Friday for her activation. And then on Saturday, I will teach you very briefly a Ganesh chant that I have that's one of my favorites. So, namaste. Thank you all for being with me. I saw Cindy and Kathy and Jane, just a whole bunch of people. Lovely to see you here. And please come back again. Have a beautiful week. And revel in the compassion. Spread it around and hold it for yourself of Kuan Yin this week.